And Hulk Hogan is making a comeback. The 64-year-old wrestler is back in the World Wrestling Hall of Fame. Now, he was suspended 3 years ago for using the N-word in a leaked sex tape. The WWE said in a statement that he got the second chance after multiple apologies and volunteer work. Hogan reacted to the news, tweeting, "I've been praying for this day, and I finally feel like I made it home." Just last week, Papa John's chairman, John Schnatter, resigned after using the N-word on a conference call. So who can and who can't come back from this, Erica? Because we've talked about Paula Deen. We've talked about Michael Richards was another one. Why do you think Hulk Hogan is giving, you're the comeback queen, why do you think he's deserving of a comeback here?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say that he is deserving of a comeback. I'm just simply of the school of thought that everyone's deserving of the comeback they're willing to earn. If these were the criteria and that was the 3-year probation that he was given and he's done everything in his power to try to make it right, then he lived up to the expectation of what it took. Now, when it really comes down to it, if there were a situation like a Papa John's where it's a publicly shared company or traded company, now the public can get involved and give their interests, then that's something different. I don't think that he's going to get a lot of pushback from WWE fans.
Yeah, I think, like Erica's saying, just to pick it up, I think it's a product versus personality here. You can't have that. You can't use that language and sell a product because whoever you're insulting isn't going to buy your product.
But Paula Deen sells books, cookbooks, shows.
Not to black people.
That's real.
Honest. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
So it depends on the audience.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And you know what I think about? I look at the situation with Michael Vick. Michael Vick apologized and then went on almost a lifelong crusade to help dogs. And
I don't buy it. Sorry.
That's a lot of dog people don't want to. I find that really interesting that. Because, Sam, what you have to understand is where Michael Vick is from in Newport News, Virginia.
I understand that.
There are two different Americas. There are Americas where dogfighting is a part of life. He saw the error of his ways, and he's dedicated most of his life to fixing that, which he didn't. He's retired from football. He does not have to do that anymore. He's actively trying. And if Hulk Hogan, for years, he has gone around. He's apologized. He's looked people in the face. He's talked to Boys and Girls Clubs. Whether that's in his heart or not, I can't know that. You can't know that. But we do have to, when people make a mistake, we cannot
strangling animals. I can't take what's in his heart. Honestly, I can't. After seeing and hearing the details of all those dogs that were strangled and tortured, no, I still have yet to forgive Michael Vick. Sorry.
Well, that's just I just think that's where he's from, and I think it's difficult for any of us that have the pleasure of sitting around this table to know there are people in America that grow up like that, but it happens all the time.
I understand, but he also was an adult. I do think that when you become adult and you have the wherewithal,
that's the reason why the N-word is so insightful, because you're talking about the mutilation and degradation of a human kind. So that's the reason why that word is so powerful, and that's the reason why people should get on board with not using it for those very reasons.
In the last 2 or 3 shows we've done, the N-word has been involved in 2 or 3 of those stories, because the N-word, unlike the K-word, as opposed to Jewish people, the P-word that deals with Polish Americans, people still use the N-word all the time. That's why we're still talking about it as opposed to the other words.
Can you repeat this really quickly? Because we had a lot of comments last time we talked about the Papa John story and saying that, okay, so why is it different calling someone a cracker than it is saying the N-word? Can you please
Because no one's ever been murdered with somebody calling them a cracker. No one's ever been hung from a tree while being called a cracker. I mean, a cracker is, it's nothing.
Right.
It's nothing. And so, like, to compare those 2 words is just, I mean, it's disrespectful.